Make sure I can see first of all. I think I look you want to like something different. Ain't nobody up tonight. Where everybody at? I know YouTube don't be sending notifications, and I hate that shit about YouTube. That's one thing I hate about YouTube. The fact that YouTube never send out notifications to nobody. Even when you got the notification bell on, sometimes you still don't get a notification. And I know that's how YouTube is. That's the only thing I hate about YouTube. They never send out post notifications or even live notifications. And this is not the first time I heard of this. It's like I heard of this from other content creators too about how they never send out notifications to the subscribers. What's up, Telly? How your night going? Happy Sunday. How's y'all night going? This Sunday was alright. I was chilling. Usually on Sundays, it's like I be chilling a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be minding my business for real. But Sunday, it was a chill day. Cause I'm not gonna lie to y'all. All this week, I was busy. So it's like today I wanted to chill. I didn't want to do shit today. I wanted to do nothing but chill, relax, and just be at home. I know a lot of y'all be at home too, but I love staying at home. I'm an introvert more than anything. Like no bullshit. I'm a full-blooded introvert. Oh, you bored, Telly? Me too. That's why I got on live, to be honest, because I was pretty bored. And I just wanted to see what y'all was doing. Good morning, insert. It's morning. Where you live at, Brian? You saying good morning? You got to be on the other side of the world, because where I live at, it's 9:29 over here. Oh, it's 8 p.m. for you, Faye? Damn. Wait. No, that's how you know like Tom is so fucked up. And the reason I say Tom is fucked up is because everybody in this chat is saying different days, different times. Like that's how you know we living in a fucked up ass time zone. You got 8 o'clock. Telly talking about it's Saturday. He's saying 11:30 a.m. God damn. We all living on some shit. But no, oh, you from Australia? I never been to Australia. The thing that I heard about Australia is y'all have a lot of spiders and snakes and shit that like to get into your house. And that's the thing that I couldn't do about Australia. It's the spiders and shit. Y'all have big ass spiders. I'm not talking no little shit. No daddy long legs. No, I'm talking y'all got big shit. If I walk into my room and see a big ass spider in my shit, I'm done. I'm done. That's why I would never go to Alaska. I'm scared of shit like that. But That's crazy. You live in Alaska. I ain't know I had viewers that watch me that live in Alaska. Brian, do you subscribe to me? Or you just found my live? I don't know. But I ain't gonna lie. I've been like that too. I've been getting my days mixed up. Not too long ago, I thought it was Tuesday when it was a Monday. I'm like, damn, I cannot keep track of the days for nothing. And reason being is it's like I feel like some of the days are being removed in a sense. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And when I feel like that, I know that time is either speeding up very fast. And the fact that time is speeding up, I already know that Christ is finna reveal itself faster than we think it is. You know, we've been waiting so long, but now I feel like this is the time that Christ is truly finna come. So anything that, happens, it's meant to really happen. And I believe that. So I feel like us getting our times wrong and our days mixed up and shit like that, it's not on accident. It's really a reason behind that. So I feel like a lot of us has been getting our days fucked up, and especially me. I wake up, I be thinking it's a whole nother motherfucking day. Then the day it is, it's like damn. It's like damn. I'm tired. That's how you know Christ is most definitely coming. Because time is getting destroyed. It's going to be to a point where we're not going to ask what time is it. We're going to be going through so much shit in life at this point to where time is not going to be a thing. The last thing you're going to think about is asking somebody what time it is. And the reason why is because you're trying to find food. You're trying to figure out how to survive after a lot of this shit finna crash. You know what I'm saying? They must crash the system in order to build a new system. So, in order to build a new house, you got to get rid of the house that was on the property before you built that new house. You can't build on top of the old shit. You got to get rid of the old shit. They got to get rid of this old system so they can bring into a new system. And the fact that I know that, I'm trying to avoid that shit. I am not participating in this new system. It's only so much that I will do right now in this current system that I'm in because I know that I still have a chance to make it out of this system. But once this system truly controls everybody who wants to be controlled, then that's when you know that the end is truly here. Not for us, but for the people who don't know themselves, for the people who are not aware of where the hell they are. That's the ending for them. So we are everlasting beings. And I always thought to myself, like, why do we want to live life so long? The fact that we know that this is a hellish place, the fact that we know that this place is not a place that we can truly enjoy ourselves, why do we bank on living so long? You know what I'm saying? Even though we have a mission here, it seems to me like not too many people want to die because they don't know what dying is. They really don't know what death is. You know what I'm saying? They're too scared to figure out what's unknown. And that's what fear is. Fear is false evidence appearing real. You know what I'm saying? It's unknown. The unknown is what a lot of people fear. They fear the unknown of shit. That's why a lot of people won't start their spiritual awakening because they fear what they don't know yet. So that's why I try to have grace living in this system because I already know like this shit is designed to go against me. This shit is designed to tear me apart, but at the same time rebuild me in ways that if I didn't go through it, would I be, higher than I am? Will I evolve more than I've became already? And I feel like there's no need for us to evolve because we are already who we are. We're just living this life to see how did we become such powerful people? How did we break out of a system that was meant to keep us trapped and enslaved to it? That's why we are really living this life. So the fact that we are living this life to see why we are powerful beings, why, we chose the route that we chose, that should let you know that everything in life is not by accident. Everything in your life is because you written it like that. Whether you think it should happen or not, you wrote it like that because this is your story. This is what you're living in. And that's what Christ has been showing me lately. Christ has been showing me like you are writing your own story. So don't allow anybody else to take the narrative or take credit for the story that you wrote. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to do that. A lot of people try to take what you have and make it seem like it's their original idea. But in fact, it's your energy that's keeping a lot of people alive. It's your energy that's keeping a lot of people here because without you, they will be lost as fuck. And they're going to be even more lost when a lot of shit happen and they don't know why it's happening. They're going to most definitely need the chosen ones, which is us, and they're going to need us for the answers, but eventually we're not going to be here to give them the answers. Eventually they're not going to have no one to turn to figure out why are we going through the things that we're going through in this physical realm. The only people that knows why we're going through this shit spiritually are the ones who are awakened to who they are already now. So we have the answers within us. We are the key that's going to unlock a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we are that key, we have to stand in that. We have to really stand in the power that was made for us. You know what I'm saying? I keep hearing from Americans how hard life is. Life is not hard. And a lot of the rest of the world. Well, to be honest, I feel like life y'all may think that in other countries life isn't hard for y'all right now. But eventually life is most definitely going to get hard for everybody around here. And I say that because we are headed into a new system, like I said. A one world religion, a one world government, a one world currency. The fact that we are heading into these things should let you know that no one is going to have it easy. There must be destruction before you even can rebuild something. Like I said, you can't build a new house on top of an old ass house. Eventually, you're going to have to destroy it. So eventually, all these countries are going to get destroyed if they are not participating with the mark. So America eventually is going to get destroyed, and they're going to have new owners, which is the people from Israel and the Muslims, which are making their way over here and sneaking their way into our government. And not only our government, they're going to be the government of the whole world because we're going to have one government. So eventually, it won't be, oh, this country is doing good and this country is doing bad, because everybody is going to be at the same pace and same rate. So right now, yes, it may seem like other countries doing better than America, but trust me, nobody's doing better than nobody, because at the end of the day, whether you rich or poor or fucking not, you still got to take this mark. And if you don't take it, you're going to die. So it's like, what are you going to do at the end of the day? That's what I'm talking about. So whether America has a hard, whether China has a hard, whether Africa has a hard, it doesn't matter who has a hard or easy. Because at the end of the day, we're still finna have to make this final choice. Black, white, green, blue, or whatever. So I feel like it's not that Americans complain about living a hard life. I feel like Americans don't know the value that they hold. Americans don't know that they don't have to be slaves to this shit. They're too comfortable with what the government or what life has given them, to the point where they don't want to leave it. They don't want to learn something new. They don't want to rebel against their government. They don't want to do things that are outside of themselves because they are so much in fear, like I said. False evidence. They don't want to be led into the unknown. You know what I'm saying? It's like standing up to that narcissist. That narcissist has had you in fear for so many years to the point where you don't even want to come up against them. You don't want to speak up against that narcissist because you fear what might happen if you do. You might get killed for it. You might go to jail for it. Who knows? You might lose your life. Anything. So the fact that you have those fears and doubts is going to keep you from doing the very thing that you need to do in the first place to get you out of the shit, so that way you don't have to keep repeating these cycles. And that's all life is doing to us right now. Trying to keep us here to make us repeat the same cycles of life. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Telly. Off with your motherfucking head. It's like either you gonna do what you need to do for the system or not. So it's like I said, they don't care who you is. At the end of the day, are you gonna go against them or are you gonna be with them? And that's the main decision. So I feel like everywhere it's gonna have it hard. You know, some countries already have the mark out. Some countries already have, complete control over their citizens or whatever. But it's gonna get worse because this time, this complete control is to the point where no one will be able to get out or enter back into this place. And if you do enter back into this place, it's because you chose to stay here. So your soul is going to reincarnate back to this place because you already took the mark. You already took what the Antichrist wanted you to take, you know? So that's what's up. What countries am I referring to? Like, what you mean when I say when I say countries, I'm talking about all the countries, every country on here. Because, like I said, there's going to be a new world order. So I'm talking about every country and every man, every woman, rich or poor. You know what I'm saying? Are going to be under, yes, full control. It's called a dictator. I know y'all seen, what's that country? North Korea. Yes, they have a dictator in North Korea. So the fact that they have a dictator in North Korea, that should already show y'all what we coming into. The whole world is finna be under one dictator, one God that everyone's gonna worship. And if not, like Telly said, off with your head. You got to go. So North Korea is basically like the training ground. They basically use North Korea as a way to see how people react to being dictated, to being under control, and how do you think that is going? Do you see people in North Korea overtaking their government? Do you see people in North Korea fighting back? Hell no. Why? Because they in fear. They under control. And guess what happens? If you live in North Korea and you have a child, now your child is born into that shit. Just like what? Reincarnation. Right? And the only way out of North Korea is either you physically escape or you die. So that's the same thing with this world that we're coming into. It's either you take the mark or you die. Because you're going to be dictated and told what the fuck to do. If they don't want you to eat for the month, you will not be eating for the month. If they tell your ass not to go outside, you will not go outside at all. And if you don't comply with these orders, your ass will be shot in GTA. But you will be, something will happen to you. Best believe. It's too many movies. It's too many people that's been telling us this same shit for us to not know this. You know what I'm saying? And time is only getting shorter. We only got 2 more years until 2028. And by the year 2028, Israel has to find a new place to go. And where you think they coming to? America. And not just America, all over the place. Because the goal with Israel is they want the whole world to worship the God that they worship. So if you don't follow by this Israelis God, then they will disown you. You will not be a part of the system that they are creating and taking over. So that's what I'm talking about when I say all countries are going to be under control. What you saying, Brian? Have you traveled? Yes, I have traveled outside of the US actually. Do you realize that most developed countries are more free? No, they're not. And let me tell you this. When you say developed countries, all these countries that we think look nice, look brand new, the things that they have to do to keep up this shit and the things that the citizens have to do to keep up this nice appearance in these other countries, like China. You know how China look very nice and technical, right? The shit that a lot of these people have to do in these countries, the fact that they live this type of lifestyle, they live off a point system. So if you don't have a certain amount of points, if you're not abiding by the law in China that they have set in this new developed country that they're in, because they're not free, you still have to follow by rules. As long as you're living in this shit, you will always have to follow by rules. So ain't nan country on this bitch free, because if we was free, we could do anything we want and not get in trouble. If we was free, you still gotta pay for shit. So how the fuck is any country around this bitch free if you still gotta pay rent, lights, water, for food, gas, car notes, all that shit? So freedom really doesn't exist, because at the end of the day, we're still living in a place of slavery. If you don't work, you ain't got no money, and if you ain't got no money, you can't fucking eat. You can't do shit. You gotta spend your days surviving, and if you trying to eat, trust me, it ain't gonna be easy, because the system is gonna make it very hard for you, because the system wants you to rely on it. You know what I'm saying? The system wants you to rely on a system that's not meant for you to rely on it. You're meant to rely on yourself. You're meant to take upon yourself. We don't need no fucking government to dictate to us, to tell us what the fuck to do. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. We are our own government. We govern ourselves. And a lot of people who are admitting these stupid ass crimes are not even real people. That's the only reason they say they created a government. Because they're not governing NPCs. They're not watching the NPCs. It's no need to. They created them. So the only thing that they are watching are the real people, which is us. They really want control over the real people. Fuck the NPCs. They don't have a brain. They can't think for themselves. We want the ones who can think for themselves. We want the ones who know about the system and who's not abiding by the system, because they know that the system at the end of the day is a bunch of bullshit. So like I said, the fact that no matter what country you live in, at the end of the day, if you don't do or abide by the system, you will no longer be in it. What he said, US is way down the list. Way down the list in terms of what? Not being the best country? Because like I said, if you go to any other country, at the end of the day, you still a slave no matter where the fuck you go. You still got to work your ass off. You still got to do something to provide for yourself. So it's like, where does freedom come in at? We all know America isn't free. We all know anywhere else isn't free. So where is freedom? Freedom is within you. Freedom is the ability to explore yourself and understand who you are first. That's the freedom. That's setting yourself free more than anything. You think moving to another country is going to solve your problems? Hell no. But once you start to do shadow work and go within and free yourself of all the trauma that you've been through and pain that you've been through that you might have suppressed, that's going to set you free more than any country would. I'm just saying. That's only to keep their system. Of course. That's why they always throw fake. Yes, they always throwing fake news our way because they want to leave us in the blind. They don't want us to know what's truly happening outside of the U.S. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what's really happening outside the U.S. is they laughing at us because we are the last ones to know anything. In the USA, we are the last ones to know shit. So the fact that we are the last ones to know a lot of this information, we are gonna be asked out. We are gonna be very unprepared for what's to come because we are the most unprepared country. A lot of the American citizens don't know shit, and the ones that do know something, they can't too much do anything because we are so outnumbered by people who don't know shit. So it's like we wouldn't even too much stand a chance right now. But I feel like the fact that other countries are laughing at us, little do they know they just as dumb. Because while they think they living good, while they think they're living free, because they're not in America, they look at America as a very low class place. Little do they know what they have is not freedom either. They are much slaves to the shit than we are, to be honest. So I feel like even though all these countries are so-called going to war, which they're not, at the end of the day, the war is about keeping the real people here, keeping the ones who actually have a soul and a spirit from obtaining their eternal lives, from obtaining the place to where they have always been. So that's why life is built to, like I said, go against us in a way and tear us down because they know that we are the strongest ones. And the fact that you decided to come down here, the fact that you decided to be a part of what's going on right now lets you know that you're a very powerful person. The fact that you chose to do this shit when nobody else wanted to. You know what I'm saying? It's so many people back home spiritually that didn't want to come down here because they knew what they had to endure. They knew the pain that they had to go through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not down in my spiritual family. But since I know that my spiritual family didn't want to do the dirty work, it's like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll sacrifice myself and come down here and tell the people what it is. I'll come down here and sacrifice myself to make sure that my spiritual people are straight. So that way, once all this shit is cleared up in this realm, no one will ever have to endure, or a real person will never have to endure this type of hell again. You know what I'm saying? Think about all the people that you met spiritually in this physical realm. All your spiritual soul tribe, your soul family that you never thought you would come across. But the fact that you are here lets you know that a lot of us chose this mission together because we knew that we were going to be the ones to defeat this shit. And our spiritual family also knows that we were going to be the ones to defeat it. That's why we down here. We're the strongest ones, believe it or not. So anytime that you feel down about yourself, anytime that you feel like, you're not the best person, best believe me, you're the strongest motherfucking person to live in this shit. To have to endure the life that you had lets you know that you automatically strong as hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, We got this shit. And even though it's not going to be the best journey, even though it's going to be a rocky road, at the end of the day, you know that your reward to, going through this shit is getting back to the person that you have always been. But sometimes you got to lose yourself to find yourself again. And I think that's the process we're going through. We lost ourselves, but at the end of the day, we found ourselves again. And the fact that we found ourselves again, we will never leave ourselves. We will always reconnect and be with our higher selves forever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing about this life shit. And that's why I don't try to take things too serious, because I know at the end of the day, it doesn't stop here with me. Once I leave this earth, once I leave this realm, there's more things to do. There's more things to heal within myself. There's more things I get to experience and explore, and as well as doing things that fulfill me spiritually. And that's what I want y'all to focus on. Focus on things that are going to really fulfill you spiritually, and focus on where you're trying to be in the spiritual. You know, I'm not saying get rid of your physical desires, because we all have physical desires, but it's okay to tame them and really step aside from that and look deep within a lot of situations that you're going through. Hell yeah, coming to earth is most definitely not for the weak. like like I said, you really got to be a very strong individual to handle the amount of pain and torment that comes with this position. It's like a job. You know what I'm saying? It's like you wouldn't sign up for a job that you know you can't handle. If you know that you're not good at driving trucks, why the fuck is you signing up for that shit? I'm not saying that you can't learn how to drive a truck, but let's say if no one taught you, then that wouldn't be the thing for you. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we are down here, that means that we are really meant to do this shit. Because who else is? If we had no one awakened in this realm, all of us would be trapped in here. All of us would be down here with no purpose, with no will to live, but just be a slave to this, fuck ass system. And real people with a soul who has a personality, they don't want to live like that. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. I don't. So, yeah. Madeline, can you sing the 30th Please and Thank You by Billie Eilish? I don't know that song. Madeline. Hope I'm saying your name right. But I don't know that song. I really don't listen to Billie Eilish, to be honest. A lot of this new music is ass, it's trash. I really don't listen to it. Reason being, it really don't catch my ear. I like old school music. I like that shit that had, that soul and spirit in it. All this new music ain't got shit in it. It's full of bullshit. I be like, cut that off. You know what I'm saying? I like old school music, 90s, 80s, and good shit. And the reason I say that is because I grew up around a lot of, older people. My grandma raised me a little bit. So the fact that she raised me more, I already know that I love a lot of old school things than the average person. Why are they spamming in my comments? But yeah, y'all. How y'all feeling, chat? What's been on y'all mind? Can I get the pass specifically 15 times? What pass? Notifier? What pass are you looking for? Maybe I can help you. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Nah, you can't get the pass. But what you can do, know the filter, and get the fuck out my life. I apologize. Get out. You're not doing no slurs in here. But yeah, that's crazy. Yes, make sure y'all like and sub to your boy. Cause I'm trying to go live a lot more lately though. But I don't know. I'm torn. It's like, do I want to do vlogs? I don't know. When I was on like YouTube when I was younger, I used to watch vlogs a lot. I remember when people used to do vlogs all the time. And a vlog is like basically videoing your life, day by day. Like if you go to the car wash or if you do whatever you do in your daily life, you basically film that. And it's called a vlog. But I don't know. I don't think I do too much in the day to just vlog. But I do just like going on live. You know what I'm saying? I really do. But the thing about like this month has really gone by fast as hell. It's already finna be September. And can't y'all believe it? Like my birthday is next month. My birthday is literally next month. It felt like that shit came fast. Like, god damn. My birthday is literally next month. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do for my birthday. I really haven't planned nothing out. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know what I want to do. And to be honest, when it comes to my birthday has always been celebrated. Don't get it wrong. But it's like the older I get, it's like I don't too much really want to celebrate my birthday. It's not that I don't like my birthday. It's just like, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? I try to do something special for my birthday. I think last year, trying to see what I did. I think last year I bought me a cake, stayed at the house, I cooked me a dinner, and that was it. My birthday, I ain't gonna say my birthday is not important to me, because it is, I love it. But it's like, if I do something on my birthday, it don't make me no never mind. It really doesn't make me no never mind. Oh, your son birthday next month as well, Telly? That's what's up. He the same age as me. How old he is? I turn 20 next month. I'm gonna be 20. God damn. Oh, y'all don't laugh at me. I'm gonna be 20. Even though that's not old, but it's like, damn, 20 years old. Like I remember when I was a fucking kid. I'm still a kid, you know what I'm saying? But I remember when I was a young ass kid, like times has most definitely changed. Like everything that I used to know has really um has really just changed over the years. It's like my childhood from when I was younger, it has really changed. And for me to live to see 20 is like, damn, wow. I ain't think so. A couple years ago, if you would have asked me like, do you see yourself living to 20? Hell no. Hell no. I wouldn't have seen that at all. You couldn't tell me I was living to my 20s. I always thought like I was just gonna make it to the teenagers. I always picture what my life would be like in my 20s. And now that I'm finna hit 20, it's like I didn't picture it like this. I always pictured my life to be like I have my career first, and then whatever my career was, that was like the stability of my life. I always just wanted a stable career to just, you know, fund my life basically. And I feel like when I was young, that's how I always thought, like, find something to do. But now that I'm in my 20s, it's like, I don't know what the fuck I want to do. I don't know what true direction I want to go in, but I know that I'm going to go in a direction. And when I do find this direction, it's going to be the best one for me. Even though I love doing content, I love doing all of this shit and posting videos, you know what I'm saying? But I want to find a real solid career. And I got time left. And I know that this world is coming to shits. And that's why I've been kind of iffy on living my, physical life. But it's like, I still got to endure to the end. I still got to do things that's in this physical realm because I live here, you know? He, he gonna be 22? Dang, so he turned 20. Okay, that's what's up. Dang, Telly. How many kids you got? I know Ajita got two. You just got a son, and that's it. I never wanted kids. Even growing up, when I was young, I always knew I never wanted kids. Like, it never took me from my teenage years to say that I didn't want kids. It's like I came out the womb knowing I ain't want them bitches. And the reason being I didn't want kids is because I was a kid. I know how I was. You know what I'm saying? I was a bad little motherfucker. So the fact that I know that, it's like, nah, I can't have one of my own. My child might be too intense. And that's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of that. I feel like my child might be intense like me, might be hard headed, talk back, stubborn. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little stubborn. I'm a little hard headed. I'm very like independent. You really can't tell me too much shit. But at the same time, like I know how to listen. When it comes to listening. You know, but I'm very headstrong in that sense. And I feel like if I was to have a child, my child will probably come out like me. My child will be like me. And I think that if my child was, take my traits, it'll piss me off a little bit because it's like I used to do that same shit. I used to do the same shit and piss my mama off. Now your little ass pissing me off. Like, damn. That's how life goes. Life is like a cycle. You know what I'm saying? The same shit you probably used to do as a kid, once you start having kids, your kids start doing the shit you used to do. And it's like, damn, the trickle effect. Oh, you got sons and daughters? Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, Telly. Telly got a fam going on. I know that's right. I know you living your best life, Telly. The fact that your kids are grown right now, I know you living your best life. You ain't got to worry about shit. Your son and your daughter's gonna take care of you for sure. I know they love you down. I can tell. I can tell that about Telly. Like, you most definitely was a very great mom. You are a very great mom. Let me rephrase that. You are a very great mom. And I feel like your sons and daughters, they cherish you a lot. They really wouldn't know what to do without you. Like, you are their backbone for sure. They always looking for mama. You know what I'm saying? Anytime they got a problem, they call them mom. That's what I get. I feel like your kids really adore you. If nobody else in the world does, your kids most definitely love you for real. You know, that's how I feel. You said trying. I know that's right. We can all. That's the only thing we can do is try. Cause life is not gonna give us no playbook. But the fact that life doesn't really give us a handbook and we gotta figure it out, I guess that's the fun part. You know what I'm saying? Imagine going on an egg hunt. Easter, when they had the Easter egg hunts. Imagine going on an egg hunt, but you get a piece of paper that shows you where all the eggs is. It takes away from the point of it. It takes away the fun of looking for the eggs. Because the purpose is to hunt for the eggs, to, retrieve them. But if somebody who placed the eggs down was to give you a blueprint to where the eggs was, it's like, why the fuck am I hunting for eggs at this point if I already know where they at? You get me? And that's what life is like. It's like we are hunting for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to get a blueprint to where that self is. We have to do the hunting and the finding to unlock our inner selves. We don't have no blueprint on that. So, that's the main thing that I've been kind of struggling with. It's like, damn, if life was to give us a true blueprint on step by step to what to do, would I really enjoy life? And it's like, nah, I wouldn't, because it's like I know everything at that point. Everything is already laid out. So what's the point of being down here? You know? Oh, they love your cooking? I'm sure of that. I'm very sure of that. When I went on your page, Telly, I seen your cooking videos and it looked nice. So I'm sure they love your cooking. I feel like a lot of kids enjoy their mom's cooking. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like a meal that's hot and fresh from the kitchen that mom made. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't wait to get home to see what my mom cooked. And it seemed like in every black household, it's always spaghetti every damn night. Like, god damn, I'm tired of eating spaghetti for the eighth time this fucking week. You know what I'm saying? It's like living in a black household. It's like you gotta eat spaghetti 8 times a fucking week. It be so much spaghetti left over out that bitch. It's like, oh my god, I can't stand eating. I used to hate that shit all the time. Like, why is spaghetti the only quick meal we know how to make? I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm not saying that my mom didn't cook other things, because she did. But I'm saying, like, when I used to walk in there and always had that fucking spaghetti, and they used to have angel hair. Y'all know that noodles that's called angel hair noodles, they're very thin, them thin ass noodles. I hate that shit. I don't like angel hair noodles. I have to have the panini noodles. I don't like angel hair. I can't. Yes, I hate spaghetti too. I re- the stuffed shells, baked. Ooh, I love a good lasagna. Lasagna is probably like one of my favorite pastas, for real. I love lasagna. I love how that shit just stack up. I ain't had no lasagna in a long time. I can't really find nobody to cook me a lasagna. Even though I can make it myself, but it's like, nah, I want somebody to do it. But lasagna is good. Have y'all ever had eggplant lasagna? I had that shit one time, and it was good. It was banging. I'm like, damn. And it had the Parmesan cheese on it. That's the thing about it. Like, when I eat something that has spaghetti sauce or something like that, whether it's pizza or pasta, I have to have Parmesan cheese. I can't go without it. I swear to God. If I'm eating spaghetti and I don't have no Parmesan cheese, like the grated one that you sprinkle on there, I don't want that shit. I'm not eating the spaghetti because I have to have it with some Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese is most definitely a needed when I'm eating anything with some pasta sauce on it. Even Alfredo sauce, Parmesan cheese. I have to. It's a must have. Oh, you never had the eggplant lasagna? I only had it because I don't eat meat at all. Like chicken, pork, and beef. I don't eat that. And I haven't eaten that in like years. So I really want to know how that tastes anymore. But I don't know. I think what made me really stop eating like meat for real is when I was going through my spiritual awakening and I was figuring out what what we were really eating, and it was like, hell no. I just had quit meat. I came up to my mom. I was like, I don't eat meat no more. I don't eat it, not at all. Not the chicken, none of that. And ever since I quit, I don't know. Have I been feeling healthier? I guess, but like I ain't been having the cravings for it. Yes, I love to make my Alfredo sauce from scratch too. Like if I can make a lot of my meals homemade, believe it or not, I will do it. Like I will get in the kitchen and make my shit homemade. Like homemade biscuits. I love some good homemade biscuits. Homemade yeah, like Alfredo sauce and gravy and all kind of shit. Homemade mashed potatoes. I love anything homemade. I'm a very homemade person. And the reason being is because I had a lot of home cooked meals. When my great grandma was alive, she used to cook a lot. And I'm telling y'all, like that shit used to be so good. I can still taste it to this day. It's like before she passed, she used to cook so much. But once she had passed away, that's when a lot of the meals wasn't getting cooked anymore. Even though my grandma cooked, but she really don't cook like that no more. A lot of the older people who used to cook that good ass food, man, they gone. And I get pissed off every day because it's like, damn, I could use a good plate right now from grandma ass. You know what I'm saying? I could use a good ass plate from grandma right now. Or anybody that you knew who knew how to cook, but they no longer living. It's like I could use a good plate. For real, man. I always reminisce about the meals, the family time we used to have. Every time grandma used to cook them good ass meals and shit, man, you used to be full. And the thing is, it's like, as a kid, you never knew what grandma was making. You never knew what great grandma was making, but you always knew, like, it was gonna be some good shit. Like, if you wasn't in the kitchen like that, or if you was, you would question, like, what is this shit? But when you ate it, it was like, damn, I want some more. You'll be like, Grandma, can I get some of that? You don't even know what that is, but you want it. And that's how I was as a child. I always used to eat. You know what I'm saying? Yes, everything homemade. I hear that, Telly. Oh, you was raised by your grandmother? Yeah, me too. I was raised by my grandma majority of my life too. And that's how I learned how to like cook a lot of shit. Like I can go into your kitchen right now, and let's say you don't have that much stuff to pick out of. You might think that you don't have a lot of food in your kitchen, but best believe me, I can come in your kitchen and put a whole fucking meal together, and that shit'll taste good. And you'll be like, damn, I ain't had shit to eat in here. But once I get in your kitchen, you gonna have something to eat in that bitch. Cause if I come to your house, it got to be something to eat. And I even buy the food. You know what I'm saying? I buy it and cook it. You know, if need be, but I gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? So yes, gotta eat. That's all my family missed me from New York because I. Yes, see, a lot of the chosen ones, they get passed down so many generational things, good and bad. Like we inherit a lot of good things, from our family members. And some things that we inherit might not be the best. But at the end of the day, I feel like the chosen ones carry a lot of generational things. And that's why the fact that we carry so much generational pain and trauma and good ways of living, that's why we are the highlight of our families because we still carry these things within us. The family didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So they look to us, the chosen ones who are still able to tap into that historical energy, that energy that was once here and still is here, but the chosen ones could really get in touch to it a lot more. You know, my grandma that my great grandma that passed, I can still feel her presence. I can smell, you know, how she smelled when she was alive. You know, some of her favorite perfumes that she used to wear. I could still smell that shit from time to time. And I'd be like, it'd be strong too. It'd be like, damn. And that's how I know like it be spiritual presence near me. And that's how I know like I carry the weight of my ancestors through me. And they're revealing themselves through me because we are the ones that could truly bring back what was once here. You know what I'm saying? No one can do it like us. It takes us to do that, to bring back what the memories that used to live, you know? So, like I say, we are old souls. We are the souls that have been here many a lifetimes, but each time we come back here, it doesn't seem like that because we are forever youthful. You know what I'm saying? We really don't get old. So, each time we come back and reincarnate, yes, our soul is old because we lived so many different experiences and got so much knowledge, you know, tagged along to our soul and spirit. But physically, the bodies that we choose are going to look more younger because the energy that we hold is a young, youthful energy. So anything that this energy touches that you have is going to be young and youthful. It's going to be alive again. Notice how when you go into a restaurant that's dead, that ain't got as many people, all of a sudden it be 1,000 motherfuckers be in the building when you in there. When you walked in the building, it was just you. Soon as you turn around, you got a whole line behind you. Like, God damn. Yeah, y'all location was not popping like this. I was the only motherfucker that walked into the spot. Now I got a whole line behind my ass staring at me like, what the fuck? That shit happened to me one time. I ain't gonna, I kid y'all not. I go into this space and I was there for like a little while. I get there, mind you, the place was empty as hell. Nobody was there. The only people that was there was the workers, of course, but no customers. It was empty. Now, mind you, I walk in there, you know, get my food, order. I forgot where I was at the time, but I know I was at a restaurant. And I was ordering my food, you know, at the desk. And, you know, once you walk into the restaurant, usually certain restaurants have like a bell to let you know that someone came through the door. But this restaurant, they have all that. So when I walked, you know, in there, I was the only one, like I said. And after I finished ordering my food, out of nowhere, I turn around. It's like, kid you not, 5 people standing behind me, lined up behind me. And mind you, I haven't been in this restaurant not even a minute. Not even a minute. And I was the only one that walked in there. And to have 5 people all of a sudden standing behind me is like, what the hell? That's how I know that my energy is so potent. It's something about my aura and the way that I carry myself, or maybe just who I am, you know, naturally. It really, people can feel that no matter where I'm at, you know, if you're in my vicinity. I could also feel like, I also feel like our energy is not just, you know, around us. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, some of us can't see our aura field right now. But little do you know, your aura field expands big as hell, not just inside of your house, but outside of your house. You can be inside of your house, but people can feel your aura outside of it, miles away. And I tested that. Like, people can really feel our energy miles and miles away. Even other chosen ones, like some of y'all energy, I can be feeling miles and miles away. Even though I never talked to y'all on the phone or never seen y'all physically, I can still tell y'all things about yourselves. You know what I'm saying? I can still feel the energy off of y'all. You know why? Because our energy spreads like miles and miles. So when you go to a place, they know that your energy is going to show up there first. You might come to a place and it be busy as hell. You be like, damn, like, soon as I go to the store, the whole store just busy. Like, god damn, because they knew that you was coming there because your energy said anything before you walked in, before you even got to the place. They know that. And it's like, that's crazy. I think that the vessel is not being targeted. Like our bodies, how we look, we're not being targeted for that. It's our energy. It's what we hold is being targeted. It's not us specifically. It's the energy we have that they want. So they target us. They do so many things to try to get this energy off of us. But little did they know they can't win. You know? And the fact that they can't win, they know that our energy is way too big to come up against. Even though it's not that many chosen ones, even though it's not that many of us, at the end of the day, we are powerful because they lied to y'all and said that power is within the numbers. But I feel like that's not true. I feel like one chosen one can take down one area by themselves. And like you said, Telly, we are placed all over the world. So the fact that we are placed all over the world, we are we are set in a central location because our energy is meant to restore that place. You know what I'm saying? And bring that place back to life. That's why we have the energy that we have. Because our energy changes things in ways that a lot of people try to deny it. You know, you wonder why a lot of your relationships don't work. Reason is because your light is so bright it reflects to people who they are spiritually. And when you get reflected back to who you are spiritually, a lot of people aren't ready to see that. A lot of people are not ready to see who they are on a spiritual level. That shit is scary. Why you think when I went through my spiritual awakening, like I said, that shit was scary. It's because I didn't know what I was getting into in a sense. Even though Christ was guiding me, Christ wasn't going to tell me everything because Christ still wanted me to figure some things out on my own. Because if Christ was to just dump everything on me, I most likely probably would have off myself. And I'm be honest with y'all. I'm be honest. If Christ would have just gave me all the information and just dumped it on me without, you know, guiding me through it and having me go through, different experiences, it's like that's too much. So that's why Christ has to slowly reveal itself through you and slowly give you information and enlightenments. Because if it was to give you the enlightenments, all at once, you will not be able to handle that shit. And trust me, even receiving enlightenments in increments, you know what I'm saying? It's still a lot. It's still a lot to carry, spiritually. And that's why a lot of us feel drained because we carry a lot, you know? And like I said, it's good to release that energy any way that you can and find an outlet for it. Once you find an outlet for that energy and you get it out, you allow more energy to come back in. So yeah, our energy is hella potent. Our energy is top tier right now. It's needed. It's it's very valuable. It's more valuable than gold. You are the highest thing on the market right now, believe it or not. You are most definitely the highest thing on the market. Like, people want us. I believe that. I really believe that. And I don't know if it's my paranoia, but I feel like we are being like we are the highest bidder right now. I feel like there are people who are bidding on us. They know all of our names. They know that we are awakened. They know that we are here to crash the system. So I feel like they know that they can't really do nothing to us. But I feel like eventually the chosen ones are going to have a bounty out on them. When I say a bounty, I mean eventually they're going to start to come after us more physically. They already trying to, but that's more like in the spiritual realm, because everything, excuse me, everything manifests spiritually first. So the fact that they know that they're trying to do a lot of physical things to fuck up the spiritual realm. But eventually the spiritual and the physical is going to merge together and become one. So the war that you was fighting spiritually is now finna become a physical war. So now that it's finna become a physical war upon us, not just the government coming for us, not just the higher powers, but even your own neighbors, your own family members are gonna start to come for you too. And like I said, they're gonna have a bounty out on you. Yes. Anybody who kills the chosen one is going to get a high amount of this, or you may get this if you take one of the chosen ones out. If you find one of the chosen ones and you bring them back to us, you'll get this, you'll get that. And a lot of people are going to do it because they are in desperation mode. They are in trying times. They just lost their fucking house. They just lost their cars. They've been starving for a couple of days. So you damn right. They finna come looking for us because they need that money. They need that check. They need a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are going to sell us out. A lot of people are going to really play us. People that you thought you can trust are going to play you. So you really have to find people that you can truly trust. And trust me, a lot of the people that you trust are a lot of people that you haven't even met yet. And that's crazy to me. Like Telly, I haven't even met you yet, but I can tell that I can just trust you for some reason. I can trust you. And I haven't met you, haven't talked to you over the phone, none of that. But I know that I can trust you. And I just feel that within my soul and spirit. And that's how you know Christ works within you. Because Christ is gonna show you and give you a feeling of, is this person right for me or not? Can I trust this person or not? Because you're gonna get a feeling on whether, yeah, I can truly trust this person. I can rely on this person if I needed them. You know? And that's what discernment really is. Yes, they most definitely watch us, listen to us every single day. Even when you sleeping, believe it or not, they're monitoring you. They have people who um who are specially trained at astral projecting. There are people who could be in your room or in your house walking around at night, astral projecting in your house, watching you. And these people are trained CIA agents to do astral realm work. And they can come inside your house, in the astral plane. You're not gonna see them because, like I said, they are in the spiritual realm. We are looking physical. So somebody could be standing in this room with me right now, watching me talk to y'all on live. But I don't know it because I'm looking at it physically. See what I'm saying? So not only do they watch us through the technology, but they watch us through the spiritual realm, through astral projection. You know? And I feel like that's why it's very important to keep yourself up, spiritually protected. Because, like I said, a lot of things, you are very vulnerable in a stage when you sleep. You're at a vulnerable stage because you're not conscious of where you are. You living in your subconscious now. So when you're in your subconscious mind, you have a lot more space. You're not limited to anything in your subconscious. Consciously, you're limited. You can't do much in the conscious realm or in the conscious mind. You can only go so far. But once you start to enter that subconscious mind, you can do endless amount of things. You can do so many things that's beyond this physical realm that they don't want you to know that you can do. And like I said, that's why they have a lot of trained CIA agents to watch over the chosen ones in the spiritual realms. But if you were to astro project as well and get on the same vibrant frequency that they are using, then you will be able to see them. And that's why I said the physical and the spiritual is now about to collide. So you will not need to be able to go to sleep anymore to be in the spiritual realm. You can now be in this realm conscious and see all the spiritual shit going on around you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's about to happen. We're finna see everything that we couldn't see spiritually. All your answers that you had to why certain things were going on, it's it's like everything is being answered. Everything is being fulfilled right now. You know? Yes, you can smell the watchers. Sometimes I can feel the watchers too. Like if you're very, trained at feeling energies and feeling different type of vibes, then you'll most definitely know that somebody is astral projecting in your house. And I'm so spiritually in tune to where I know when someone's astral projecting in my house. And I say that because even though you're astral projecting, I can still hear certain things in the spiritual realm. So if you're walking across my floors and you astral projecting, you walking across my floor, I can hear that shit, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? I might not see you. You know what I'm saying? I might be like, what the fuck is that? But at the end of the day, I know that it's a presence walking around. Ooh, you the only one in your. Yeah, see? A lot of us are the only people in our households who can really sense, these watchers and stuff like that. Because believe it or not, I can really sense them too. Like I can feel them through my energy because my energy start to change and shift, and I can tell the difference between my energy and somebody else's energy. On a spiritual level. So that's how I know a lot of watchers be watching. But I also have, you know, my spirit gods. They also walk around in my house. I let them walk around here too. A lot of my spirit guides be walking around. But they be tricky though. Like a lot of the stories that I would tell people about the shit that I experienced on a spiritual level, I would never get believed. Like people would never believe me on that shit. I could tell them so many stories about, what like what occurred to me spiritually or about my spiritual awakening. But it's like they don't listen to me. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, they call me crazy and all kind of shit. And it's not that I get offended or feel like it's an insult, but I feel like if we were a lot more open minded to other people's stories, and backgrounds of what we've been through, I feel like we could all put our experiences together and figure out, why we are here because all of us come from a different background. All of us come from, different experiences. We were all raised, different in a sense. So the fact that we know that, why not put these differences together and see what the fuck we can come up with? See if we could override the system that we've been placed in. We have to use our differences. We have to use the fact that not all of us are the same to become one of the same in a sense, even though we're all individuals, but we still have some type of commonality within ourselves, you know? And eventually we're going to be with the people who are like us. We're not going to be surrounded by people who are not like us, because everyone that you come across in the new realm of existence is going to be like you. Y'all not going to have the same powers, but y'all going to know that y'all energies go hand in hand with each other. You know, it's not going to be like you down here with these NPCs and clones. Because to be honest, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of the NPCs and the clones and the sleeper cells and all of that shit. Because they really don't fulfill me like that. But when I talk to people who, you know, are on the same frequency and spiritual level as me, I feel so fulfilled. I feel happier than anything. You know what I'm saying? But when I talk to my family, when I talk to people who are not, you know, as spiritually awakened, I feel more drained than replenished, you know? You said me either. My family probably will put me in the hospital. Shit. They tried to put me in that motherfucker. Trust me. My family tried to do the same thing, Telly. Put me in like crazy hospital. Cause like I said, I was a wild child. Like wild. I couldn't be tamed for nothing. I was always the rebellious one. I was always the person who just wanted to do what the fuck I wanted to do and not listen to authority. Like I had so much problem with authority. I never really liked authority like that. Even in school, I would act up because I didn't like to be ruled over. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though I got parents, and you know, you have to listen to what your parents say sometimes, you know, because you in a house, you in a shit. Okay, I get that, you know, because you my parent. But it's like, once you start to feel like you can control me, once you feel like you can just tie me down, then that's when the script starts to flip because you're not finna do that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can't be controlled in that sense. No, I don't do well with someone trying to control me. You know, cause that shit triggers me in a way. It really does. It really does. And I think that's why I got to be my own entrepreneur. I will really want to be my own boss and do what I want to do, cause that's how I live my life basically. Not saying that I didn't listen to people, because I did. There is advice that I do listen to, because you know, I don't want to be led down the wrong path, of course. So, you know, I do listen to people, but at the same time, it's like I still have a brain to think for myself. I still have, you know, my own head. Shit, the fuck? I don't need a head. I'm the head and the tail. You know, hell yeah, very tired of being on this earth. It's so boring here. I feel like it's nothing to do. And I always tell myself, once I leave this shit, I'm telling y'all, I'm finna party like no other. Y'all gonna be like, real, what the fuck is you doing out there, bitch? Y'all gonna be like, real one won't go home for shit, cause I won't. I'm gonna be so outside in this new earth. It's gonna be amazing. Y'all might not be able to find my ass for a couple months, couple years, bitch, cause I'm gonna be gone. Eating up everything, exploring everything, just doing so much shit that I couldn't do on this physical realm. I'm gonna be doing it there. So when y'all come look for me, just know I'm not gonna be not gonna be there all the time. I'm gonna be gone. Be celebrating my new freedom. That's what I feel like is gonna happen though. I feel like once all the chosen ones finally meet back up and we save everybody from this shit, not everybody, but the people who are really worth saving, we gonna live it up. We gonna party, dog. And we gonna party so hard and it's so long. It's gonna be a moment that we'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really gonna be a moment that we never forget. We're never gonna forget how we celebrated after taking down this, this God of this earth and shit. And celebrating the mission that we had to go through and accomplish just for us to finally live in a place to where we can thrive, man. And I'm very ready for that. I'm ready for the freedom, the true freedom, you know? Oh, yeah. Your son don't like to be controlled. I feel that. I hate being controlled. I'm not. Nah. Mm-mm. And I'm gonna tell y'all why a lot of us, don't like to be controlled. Some of the chosen ones, some of us are born to narcissistic parents, or if you didn't have narcissistic parents, you probably had narcissistic grandparents, or a narcissistic brother or cousin, or anybody who basically tried to control you growing up. And that's why a lot of us, when we become adults as chosen ones, we don't, it's not that we are rebellious or we don't like authority. It's that so many people in our lives have tried to make us feel small, or tried to make us feel like we are not worthy because we are so young. You know what I'm saying? They tried to make us feel like we weren't wise, or we weren't who we were just because we were kids. But I feel like at the end of the day, the child is their own individual. So how can you control a child when at the end of the day that child has to grow up and live his own life? So when we grow up as chosen ones, we don't want nobody to control us. We don't want no fucking boss or nobody to tell us what to do, because we had to deal with that shit in our childhood. You know what I'm saying? We had to deal with that shit early on in life. So I'll be damned if I'm finna sit in this bitch and let somebody control my motherfucking life when half of my 18 years, 16 years, I've been spending being controlled and being told what to do, and all kind of shit and all kind of torment just to surrender myself to somebody. I'm not doing that. And that's why a lot of us don't like authority, or we have trouble with it, because the people in our life did a poor ass job, of letting us be kids. And I think a lot of chosen ones didn't have that option to just be a kid. We had to really grow up and do things that we didn't want to do. All we wanted to do was be a normal person. You know what I'm saying? Especially me. I wanted to fit in with the crowd. I wanted to have a lot of friends. I wanted to have, just the physical life. But even though I wanted those things, at the time I didn't know that I came down here to do a purpose that was bigger than myself. I didn't know that I came down here to do things that I didn't know I could do. You know, it's like, I don't know. Life has been going like life. For real. Like you said, that is something to look forward to, though, to be honest. Hold on, y'all. It's hot as hell in here. It's hot as hell in my room. That whole house got hot. It's like when I'm talking about Christ or like spiritual shit, I start to get hot all of a sudden. Like, damn, I had to turn the air on. That's how you know Christ working through me. Cause I get hot. Hell nah. Yes. Oh, so hell yeah. Life most definitely felt like I did this shit so many times. To it's like, what else do I have to do? You know what I'm saying? Life is not letting me know shit. It's like, what else do I have to complete at this point, man? Like, be for real. I'm ready to get this shit over with. For sure. What you said, Tilly? I didn't have parents, but my grandmother was wonderful. My cousin, horrible. Oh, I know that, Tilly. Oh, well, yeah, you did say your grandmother raised you. But yeah, like, you gonna have that one family member, you know what I'm saying, who just torment you or don't fucking like you. And I had that growing up. You know what I'm saying? Had that growing up. But I feel like all of our lives are meant for us. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you went through, good or bad, it was meant for you. And the fact that we overcame a lot of these challenges and adversities in our lives that we never thought we was gonna make it through while being in it. But once you look back at it, it's like, damn, how the fuck did I get out? You know, it's like you feel like you was very protected and saved in those times, which you were. Don't get it wrong. But it's like when you was going through it, you didn't know what the fuck was keeping you there or what was keeping you, still on your journey. And I always question it sometimes, like, damn, why am I still here for real? But it's like, I guess you gotta live to find out, you know? You really have to live to find out why. Yes, that was the same thing with me, Telly. I couldn't be a kid because I was taking care of, siblings, cousins, and all kind of things like that. And it's like, oh my gosh. But trust me, once I get to this new earth, I'm gonna live like a kid again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna live it up. And I think looking forward to that keeps me going. That's what really keeps me living for real. The fact that I know that at the end of this shit, I get to return to who I've always been and restore it with the powers of, what I have. And that's the ultimate reward right there. Getting what truly belongs to you. And what belongs to you is the powers you hold, you know? So, yes, man. I wish, I don't know. Then again, I won't go back to my childhood for nothing, though. I won't want to do my childhood over again. Oh, thank you, Telly. I didn't know you noticed that. You love my my pictures. I think I showed y'all. Did I? I don't know. That poster back there that I got, this one, I had got that one in like 2022, I believe. I had ordered that one. I had stayed somewhere else. But I was like, damn, that was nice. I always liked it, like otherworldly vibes and stuff like that. And then I got another one on top of my ceiling. I'm trying to point the camera up if it focus. It got owls on top of it. And I had bought that one around the same time I bought this poster. But yeah, like the one up on my ceiling, I put that up by myself. But I liked it, that poster with the owls and stuff. I love things that got nature on it, animals, I like nature and stuff like that. I also got other posters on my wall too. Let me see if I can flip the camera for y'all. Hold on. See, I know y'all seen this photo. That's the Amy Winehouse. I had her Ghostface poster. I love Ghostface. I love 90s horror. If y'all know about 90s horror, that shit is good. I love 90s horror. So that I had that poster. I got this, all of this artwork on this wall is mine. I drew all of this. I painted this. All of this was the shit that I did. Did that. That's a picture of me that I drew. Got more shit. I ain't gonna lie, like what I wanted to do with my room was like create my own art gallery. Cause I love art, you know, that's my hobby. That's what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? That's my art. Well, that poster ain't I didn't draw that poster or did anything to that poster. I ordered this poster that y'all see right here. I ordered this online. Same with this poster and this one. I ordered those offline, but everything else that y'all see, I drew it. Yeah, so yes, that's my artistry. If y'all was wondering, you know what I'm saying? That is my little artistry that I was drawing on. I'm still trying to come up with some more art ideas. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of ideas. The thing is, I have to actually get my ideas out and put it out there. You know what I'm saying? I struggle with taking initiative. I struggle with taking action on the things that I know I need to take action on. And I haven't really been doing much art lately, but I think that I'm gonna find a time to where I do another art project. You know, I really do need to do another art project because I love art. That's what that's what keeps me connected, grounded. You know, to be honest, the fact that I could express myself through drawing, I can express myself through images and visions that I see in my head. To me, that's kind of better than writing it out. To me, that's kind of better than saying how I feel. And although I could, talk and verbally express how I feel, why not draw it out? Why not, express it on the canvas or express it on what you love? And I love art. I love to, create certain emotions and vibes within my art. So when you look at it, you feel something. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like to do. I like to make people feel things, feel a certain kind of way about shit. You know, I'm very good at that. Very good at that. Even when I was in school, my art teacher would always be like, "That shit was good." You know what I'm saying? My art teacher would hype me up a lot, and I love that for myself. Like that's the only thing I miss about school was art class. Like I love the hell out of art class. All of my art teachers that I had, they was cool as fuck. Like I love art. You love it? Thank you, Telly. Appreciate it. I just be trying to do a little something. Not too much. But I ain't gonna lie, like I would love to make I think the hardest thing is we can have a lot of gifts and talents, to be honest, but it's like how do I make money off this shit? You know what I'm saying? If I could make money off my gifts and talents without having to sell anything or sell any part of myself to get it, I would most definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like to be at the highest peak of some shit, you always gotta sell yourself. You always gotta sell your soul or do some shit that you don't want to do just to get yourself out there. And it's like, nah, no, I'd rather do what makes me happy, whether I get paid for it or not. Cause, I don't get paid to do my art, but I like doing it because it makes me happy. You know, you got a lot of things that people do shit, and the only reason they do it is because they getting paid for it. But if they wasn't getting paid for it, they wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I want to do things that I enjoy, and creating videos, making content, doing art. I enjoy that. I really do. Oh, your daughter artist too? That's what's up. Yes, thank you, Telly. That's the artwork. I gotta create more though. When I create some more artwork, I'm gonna let y'all know. I don't know. I'm gonna post it too. I'm gonna start posting some of my artwork. My mama said I should start doing that. My mom was saying like, you should start posting your artwork. My mom will always tell me like, you got so many gifts and talents and all of that. Like, why aren't you using them? Why aren't you, you know what I'm saying, offering people a chance to experience, the art that I create or, whatever I do. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm pretty shy. When it comes to my creative skills, when it comes to, the things that I can do, I hide that shit. And I don't know why. I think it's just like I'm scared to like, I don't know. Well, I think I do know. Now that I think about it, I think I'm more scared of like the criticism in a sense. My whole life I've been criticized. I've been, picked at. I've been told all kind of shit. And it's like sometimes you kind of build a fear of being told that this might not be the best. But I'm learning to slowly overcome that and just stand in my confidence, stand in what I like. Even if something don't look the best to somebody else, it could be world changing to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never know. I'm not saying I create the best shit, but I'm just saying like I create, and that's what I do with my creative energy. I draw. And the reason I like to draw is because it takes me to a world and it takes me to different worlds actually. To where I could just bring these worlds here with me, you know? And I can look at these worlds that I want to go to every day and just look at them and be there, you know? And I like that about myself, that I can bring my ideas into this realm, you know? But yes, most definitely trying to find a way to make money off my creative habits and talents. Because I'm gonna be honest, I do not want to work a 9 to 5. I don't like doing it. Don't like working a 9 to 5, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going in terms of my artwork. My whole family say that. They be like, keep going, like, you good at it. And I'm not the, wait, now that I think about it, I'm not the only artist in my family. Actually, my auntie, she's an artist too. And I'm telling y'all, she do art. Let's just put it that way. Like, I'm gonna have to show y'all some of my auntie's paintings and drawings. That lady, she got it. She can really draw. I don't know. I feel like me and her is kind of one of the same. Like me and my auntie could really draw some shit. When a family needs something like that needs decorating or like drawing, we call my auntie because she very good at art. Like no bullshit. Even though that she don't sell art, she don't, stuff like that. Even though she trying to, she trying to sell her art and stuff like that. She a teacher now, but she dope. She very dope when it comes to drawing, painting. She can do it all, And I think that's my inspiration a little bit, my auntie. But I have a lot of other, people that inspire me while doing art. Art can be anything, to be honest, but you know, it's a fulfilling thing to me. It fulfills me. And don't get it wrong, I like to cook too now. I like to be in the kitchen because, cooking is another form of art. But I like to be in the kitchen too, cooking, trying new meals, trying new things to put together. That's me, most definitely. I'm the experiment child. I got in trouble a lot because I always used to experiment with shit. I always used to, you know, if I did this, how would this work? You know what I'm saying? If I did this, if I did that, how would this work? You know, I don't know. Oh, you looking forward to some more artwork? I got you, Telly. Most definitely gonna give y'all some more artwork. And I'm for real this time. Like, I'm gonna hop into my creative bag and really do it. This painting, like every painting and drawing that I want to create, it has a meaning. It has, some kind of deepness to it. That's how I express myself, believe it or not. It's through my art. So it's like the fact that I express myself like that, it's like, it hits deep for me. You know, it really does hit deep. My face is glowing. Let me see. I see it now. Might be the lights, but I don't think so. My face has been glowing lately. Still look a mess. But yeah, my face is kind of glowing. Like now that you said that, don't be. You right, Telly. I shouldn't be scared, but it's like I don't know. It's like if I was up on stage in front of millions of people, and to be honest, I have been on stage in front of a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. I've been on stage in front of a lot of people, so I can't say that I have stage fright necessarily because I know I can perform on stage, but at the same time, like I said, I kind of fear that judgment aspect. Like what are people gonna say about it? That's the fear. It's not me more so putting it out there. It's just what are the comments. But I think I'm just trying to learn how to have tougher skin when it comes to being critiqued. I'm gonna be honest. I'm one of those persons to where critiquing me don't feel too good sometimes. I don't like the kind of people who critique you but don't tell you shit that you can fix. Like don't critique me but at the same time not help me. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave it at like, oh, that was a shitty performance. Okay, what was shitty about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have any tips? Do you have any ideas to what I could have did better next time? And that's what I don't like. I don't like people to just say, oh, it's bad. I don't like it. Why don't you like it? You know what I'm saying? I feel like you got to give me a reason. You just can't say or criticize it, but you not add on to it in a sense. Oh, you got a lot of people in your family that could. Telly said, I'm definitely not one of them. I hear that. That's what my mama be saying. My mama says she ain't born with no type of talent. And I'm born with all the talent. But to be honest, think about it. The skills that you have and you feel like, you scared to express these certain skills or traits that you have. It's somebody out there who would literally, if they could live in your shoes, they would do a lot of shit different. You know what I'm saying? Like if let's say if you got $1 million or some shit, and you spun that $1 million wise, you actually used that $1 million to make you some more money. But a lot of people who would have been in that same position that you were in, they probably would have did some dumbass shit with that money. They probably would have did things with that money that shouldn't have been done. Only because, that's their way of thinking. But once you are someone who's truly into something, you know, that you like, a lot of people are gonna try to tell you what's best for you while you're doing that thing. Because to be honest, if they were in your shoes, they would do something completely different. If they had the gifts that you had, they probably would have been sold themselves out. They probably would have been sold themselves for millions and sell they soul for all kind of shit. But the fact that you have the power and you are smart enough to think, you know what I'm saying, about the life decisions that you're gonna make, even though you do have these certain skills and traits about yourself, you still know how to be a wise person. You're just not using your gifts to really get ahead or get rich quick, you know, and that's not what I want to do. The service that I provide to people and I want to provide to people is service that, you know, not only feeds them, but, you know, it feeds me too on a level, you know. I feel like that's the most important thing when you're doing anything for the people. It should feed you as well. It should make you happy, you know. That's all I'm saying. That's your, oh, you love feeding people? Okay, Telly. And I love to eat. Shit, you love to feed people and I love to eat. Trust me. I really do. Yeah, I know you see how big I am. Shit, I love to eat. Everybody in my family know that shit. It's like, there you go. My whole family know I love to eat. That's crazy. But yes, I feel like once you start to do the things that you really enjoy, that shit make you happy as hell. Cause it feels like it's something that nobody can take away from you because you enjoy it. It's just like a job. You can get fired at any time at a job, but it's like when you do something that you love, there is no getting fired from it. There is no take you away from it because it's something that you truly want. It's something that you truly have the spiritual energy to endure, you know? And I just want to do shit that really fulfills me and fulfills my soul and makes me happy on every level, you know? But yes. You said Marver fire. I get that a lot. I get comments, you know, people say, damn, like that shit look fire. Like I ain't gonna lie to y'all. In art class when I was in school, it used to be a lot of people who wanted me to draw this shit. It used to be a lot of people who wanted me to draw a lot of stuff. Cause I don't know why. It's like when I was in school, they would always put a lot of people who didn't know how to do art in the art classroom. And I'm not saying that, you know, just because you don't know how to do art, you shouldn't be in an art classroom because you got to start from somewhere. But I'm saying that a lot of people who are interested in art, they will put them in the art classroom and, you know, they would have me doing this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. In school, I would do a lot of people work because I was just the smartest one for some reason. A lot of people looked at me as the smartest one. If they didn't get it, they was always gonna ask me the answers. Like, do you know this? Do you do you know this? Do you know this? And it's like, damn. We always got the answers to shit as chosen ones. Like, as bad as we want to play like we don't know the answer, we know that shit. We be knowing the answer sometimes as chosen ones, and they know we know that answer. They know that we know it. They waiting for us to say no too, so they can call us all kind of shit. And that's how I was in school. I used to give out hella answers, but I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes people would pay me too, pay me to do their homework. They would pay me to do their artwork because they know that shit was gonna look good. They know that shit was gonna look good. And every time I did somebody artwork, the art teacher would get suspicious. Reason being because I was in art too, so the art teacher know how my art look. You know what I'm saying? They know that I had that shit, that I could really draw. So when I was doing it for a student that the teacher knew that, they wasn't capable of that amount of work, it was like a dead giveaway a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna most definitely get back into some more art. You know, I feel like what a lot of artists do, including myself, it's not that I wait on inspiration. It's like I wait for a certain feeling and vibe to hit me before I finally like do the artwork, because once I have an idea in my head, I really want to put that out, you know. So yeah. But damn, it's getting late. I'm about to get off this live. Have a good night, Telly. Cause I've been on here for like an hour. It's about to be 2 hours. But you have a good night, Telly. I don't know when I'm getting back on live. I might. I don't know. I'ma see. I'ma see when I'm gonna get back on. But tomorrow is Monday. That's crazy. August is gonna be over. In a couple months. Like, damn. That's crazy. We got a couple more weeks. And it's August shit. But yes, y'all have a good night. Y'all chill. Y'all relax. Y'all remember that Christ is with you, within you, not outside of you, but within you. And you safe. You know what I'm saying? You safe. And that's all that matters. Safe within Christ. you know? So yes, I'm about to get off. See y'all soon. I'll let y'all.